Okay, so it wouldn't let me stitch the video, so I went back and found this comment to reply to. I don't even know where to begin. This story is so crazy. But I'm gonna start off by saying being a girl's girl is cool, but being friends with a 304 will really change your perspective on this. Okay, so I'm gonna try to start from the beginning. Okay, so when I was 20, I moved from New Jersey, where I've been living since middle school, to my hometown. The only person I really know and hang out with is my childhood best friend. Well, she moves away right after my 21st birthday. So then I don't have no friends. Like, I had one other friend, but that's a whole nother story, and I'm not friends with that girl no more. So I'm online constantly when I'm not at work, just trying to make friends. My mom tells me about one of my play auntie's daughters that I never met and says that she's online and she's trying to make friends too. I go on her Facebook, she looked regular, suburban black girl. So I hit her up like, hey, would you want to hang out one day? I just moved back here. My mom told me to hit you up. She says she knows your mom. If you want to smoke, we can smoke. It takes us a couple weeks to link up, but ultimately she's like, yeah, and we end up hanging out. I don't drive, so she comes to pick me up in her little red Mustang. Her car was so cute. We drive to the lake, smoke, chill a little bit. She asked if it's okay if we pull up on her boyfriend and his friend. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now, it was a lot of red flags, but I just met you and you bring me around niggas I don't know. Red flag number one. Now, the boys, they had a bottle. So we get in the car, the boys get in the other car, and we all head back to her house. So we get to the house, and her lights is off. Red flag number two. She told me that she had a dispute with her roommate, and they started lighting candles, so I was like, whatever. We chilling, drinking, playing games, all type of stuff. All of a sudden, she is too drunk to drive and asked if we would just stay the night. Now this turned into a two-man. Because not you finna lay down with your man and you got me in the living room with this nigga that I don't know. I don't even know you. So we wake up the next day, everybody getting ready, to get up and go home. Why her roommate and her boyfriend bust through the door. The boyfriend is irate. I mean, tripping. He done choked this girl, dragged her across the floor, punched his own girlfriend in the throat just for talking while he was talking. Again, remind y'all, I do not know these people. I am scared. So after he kicks them out and makes them grab their stuff, candles included, he apologized. We all left. She took me home and I just assumed she was staying with her boyfriend. A couple days go by and it kind of seemed like she got things handled and we start hanging out again. It's the summertime and we like 21, 22, so we everywhere. Club, house, lake, parties, everywhere. Sometimes she'd be too tired to drive, so she want to take a little nap in her car. Or she asked me if I'll stay with her while she take a nap at a nigga's house. Now, me and her boyfriend live very far apart, like a 20 and 25 minute drive. And I don't drive. So it's not dawning to me that this bitch is homeless. She was homeless for 95% of our friendship. Nor is it dawning to me that her boyfriend is her pimp. On any given day, we were making between 5 and 12 stops to either meet up with him or go to his mom's house, so they could exchange things like money and liquor and weed and stuff like that. And I'm still going to work in between all of this. So what she's doing with her other portions of the day, I have no idea. Right before COVID, she starts cheating on her boyfriend. Now, she was sleeping with a lot of different people, but when I say cheating, she was in a relationship on the side. Like, we would stay the night at this dude's house. They even ended up getting a girlfriend. We drove all the way out to the country to go pick up their girlfriend so they could all spend time together as a throuple. And the girlfriend had kids. And the boyfriend sleep in his mama's living room. But this is around the beginning time of COVID. And I'm the only person with a job. And my job is very hands-on, touchy, dealing with kids. In the fear of COVID, I quit my job. But this was back in the day when you could send money through Snapchat. Now, I wasn't exactly a Snapchat premium girl, but I had 1,000+ daily viewers on Snapchat. It was hella niggas on my page. And you better believe I asked every single one of them niggas for some money. Pro tip, ho tip, whatever you want to call it. If you have a social media platform where your inbox is flooded with thirsty men, thirsty women, whatever you attract, ask them for some money. Don't lie, don't beg, just ask. It definitely worked. So I put her onto my little game on Snapchat because she also recently had quit her job at Hooters. And we started taking pictures, making videos together. We would even buy matching outfits and wigs and stuff. Now, there would be times where we'd be out running around and she would stop at these random places like houses and apartments and gas stations and stuff and pick up money from people in cash. Sometimes she would have me stay in the car. People offered me cash all the time, so I didn't find this to be abnormal or weird. I just thought it was dangerous, so I always declined. But one of these times we went to a place that we usually go. She left me outside for almost 3 hours. We were in an apartment, so I didn't really see exactly which door she went into. But I was sitting in the car for over 2.5 hours, so I was thinking something. Now, this is my homegirl, and if you know me, I can be a little candid. But when she got in the car, I sat up and I asked her straight up, do you be hoeing? I didn't shame her, and she didn't deny it, so I respected that. But as the days went by, I started asking her about her money and stuff, and she was cheap hoeing. I basically told her, I can help you get your money up. And I think that offended her. Like, she tried to take my advice a little bit, but from right then and there, it became a competition. Like, from that moment on, she needed to prove that these niggas love her. These niggas like her way more than they could ever like me. Short nigga, tall nigga, skinny nigga, fat nigga, rich nigga, po nigga, it don't matter. One nigga, 10 niggas, it don't matter. If he want me, she want him to want her. If he want us both, she want him even more. Weird ass. But bitches be weird over dick all the time, so I don't really, we gonna fast forward all the way into the next summer. She stopped messing with dude with the girlfriend, and she got a new nigga. She's staying in a bando on the opposite side of town from me. Now, even though it's a bando, we still in these apartments like she live here. We done made friends. We be chilling at the pool. We be kicking it in the parking lot. That's how she met her nigga. He be kicking it in the parking lot. Cause he the dope man. Now, usually we be sitting in her car kicking it in the parking lot. But around her birthday, literally the day before her birthday, we got into a car accident. Well, we was smoking and drinking outside because her car was totaled. And we done made friends with the dope man, so he let us sit in his car. Now, we do this every single day. They're in some iffy, no titles type of situation. He started letting her drive the car, with and without him. So we blowing through this settlement money. All three of us. I just be in the backseat. His homeboys and his cousins be getting in the backseat too sometimes, trying to mac me down. But I'm on the asexual spectrum, and I was just coming off a breakup. So, no. One night he proposes that we all should be in a three-way relationship together. Just because we spend so much time together and we have similar interests and we seem to care about one another. I have never kissed or had sexual relations with either one of these individuals. We was not doing that. And even after he proposed this relationship, and I was like, sure, whatever. Nothing really changed. Now, we all used to have individual conversation. We didn't all talk all together all the time. So when they would have their little private conversations, it never really bothered me because I have private conversations with both of them. I'm not knowing in these private conversations, she's telling this man that when we don't be around him, I'm out here selling my pee. Me and him used to bump heads real bad. I used to think it was because he a Leo and I'm a Scorpio and that happens sometimes. But no, he thought he was my pimp and me and her were out here selling together and I wasn't giving him my portion of the money. Now again, I told y'all I can be a little candid. So I did ask him if he was a pimp early on. Like straight up said, are you a pimp? Him and his homeboy started laughing and he said no and I let it go. He didn't never directly ask me for no money. But he would complain about the cost of taking care of all three of us sometimes. And I'd be like, nigga, you ain't got to take care of me. I got my own money. And he would get mad. He also stole some money from me one time. But now I understand why he didn't see it as stealing. I owed him. Now, he wasn't just a bum or an entrepreneur. He had a real job. He did construction. We would hang out with his boss. His boss had a thing for me. I don't necessarily have a thing for white men. But he technically pay our bills so I can... So one day we're all hanging out. We're hanging out in the country. We done drove to another little country town and made it all the way back to the city. Well, it's late and we're still like drinking and hanging out and stuff. So his boss goes and decides to get us a hotel room. It's a suite, so there are 2 rooms. I'm a little bit of a lightweight. So after a certain point, I kind of stopped drinking. But when we get to the hotel, everybody kind of notices that I'm not drinking like that. I'm kind of holding my cup. So they're doing a little peer pressure thing like, oh, drink. This takes the cup, puts it up to my face and pours the liquor down my throat. A few minutes go by. I'm like, I don't feel good. I need to lay down. I want to go to sleep. They all go in the other room. I'm falling asleep a little bit. Then this white man come get in the bed with me. No, I'm not sober enough to get out this bed. So we do the do. But white man is drunk too. So after we do the do, I have sobered up a little bit. And we're talking. And he grabs his wallet and pulls out some cash and puts it on the dresser. Now, I won't say the amount because I'm lightweight offended that they would negotiate so low for my actual body. Although it was more than $40, so maybe I should be thankful. Either way, it wasn't enough. And in the morning when we left, I told them both that he only gave me $60 and gave them $20 a piece. Because would you believe that they act like they did not know what happened? We were not in a house. We were in a hotel suite. Yes, there was a door, but we were in the same room. And I never talked to this man about sleeping with him for no money. Mind you, that man had already stole money from me on the trip. And when me and her fell out from being friends, her boyfriend from day one, who was still around during all of this, told me that she was telling people that she was my pimp. He told me that she said that she sold me. And my get back was... I will give y'all a little bit of the aftermath. Now, this ain't necessarily a part 2 on the get back because I don't want to go to jail. I like my freedom. But we can fast forward to the end of our friendship. So eventually the environment between us just got way too toxic. And then I left and moved to Florida to go live with my OG best friend. Now, I'm from Oklahoma, so hear me when I say this. Florida is racist. 10 out of 10 would not recommend to any black person unless you are moving to the city. Do not move to in Florida. Listen to the NAACP. So after less than a year of that, we decided to move back. The whole time I'm in Florida, me and homegirl from the last video, we're still talking. We're still cool. From this point out, we're going to call her Natalie just to, help with context. So yeah, I come back in town. Me and Natalie are kicking it. Now, we're not kicking it all day, every day, because I still live with my OG best friend, and her and my OG best friend do not get along. Okay, so if you remember when I first met Natalie, she introduced me to her boyfriend and her boyfriend's best friend. Me and her boyfriend's best friend did hook up a couple of times, but that's all it was, a couple of times. I was drunk the first time, and then the second time I was trying to see if I liked it or if I was just drunk. I was just drunk. But regardless of any of that, we be around each other because that's Natalie's boyfriend's best friend, and me and her are best friends. So we are always around each other. And because of this, boyfriend's best friend's girlfriend hates my guts. And once she becomes baby mama, she hates me even more. Because she thinks that I want her nigga, that I'm around all the time and could have all the time if I wanted. But for the record, I like short niggas, I like fat niggas, I like dark niggas, I like fine niggas. Your boyfriend has a little head and a long body. He is not my type. No offense to him, he already knows he did not make my top 3. Okay, so Natalie has an arrangement with a white man, and he's been helping her get cash cars. Well, I can't remember what was wrong with the last car that he got her, but the brakes or something went out, and so she can't move it, so it's parked. But she finds another car on Facebook Market, like a little car, a little compact car, and he helps her buy this car, but she can't go pick it up until later. So later comes and she calls her boyfriend's best friend to see if he will come and take us to the car. Well, boyfriend's best friend shows up with girlfriend baby mama. It's all right. Everybody getting all drunk and high. Then she start going off on him. In the midst of her going off on him, she start talking about me. Like, I just knew you was coming over here and that was gonna be over there and that this and that. She didn't call me too many for my liking. But I know that my homegirl needs her to do her a favor. Because it's not his car, it's the girlfriend's car. But I'm looking at her like, do you hear this girl calling me all types of bitch? And she is ignoring that shit. To know me is to know that we will be cool, but we will never ever be that cool. So when we get to the car and they leave, I'll tell my homegirl about herself all the way back to the house. I don't give a... And I made her drop me off and proceeded not to talk to her for at least a week. Because yes, I could have defended myself, but you're my friend. You need a favor that bad? Whack ass, cheap ass hoe. Anyways, life goes on. We're still texting. We're still like, all right. At this point in time, I'm bouncing between my 2 favorite niggas. And then like, yeah, I told you I linked up with my OG best friend. So we still cool. And then I have another friend that I'm friends with. So it's not like we're hanging out every day. I have other people in my life now. But I told y'all how weird this lady got over men. And I got 2 of them. And they both acting like they don't want her. That's not sitting well with her spirit. So she goes to befriends nigga number 1's ex-girlfriend. Not only do she befriend her and start bumping cheese with the bitch, she starts ignoring me. But while ignoring me, she's still posting on Snapchat. Not only is she posting on Snapchat, she's posting in matching outfits with the girl. And in some of their matching outfits, that girl is wearing my clothes. Now, I didn't get mad or do no extra. I just scrolled up on the post where she had the girl in my clothes and was like, you're weird. A day or so goes by. I spend the night with nigga number 1. We have a great ass night, like a great ass night that lasts until the morning. And then he drove me home and we sat in front of my house for like an hour and talked about some shit. And then he leaves and he goes home. So he leaves at like 7:30. 8 comes around. 8 o'clock in the morning. He calls me to tell me that they've called him, my friend Natalie, and his ex-girlfriend called him on some message about me. And then he proceeds to cuss me out and block me. So not only do I not know what is going on, I'm taking the blame for it. So I wrap my hair up, put on some sweatpants and lace up my tennis shoes. And before we reach 9 o'clock, I'm at her front door like, ma'am. Now it's hella people in the house with her. So somebody else opened the door and I had to ask like, where's Natalie? Natalie comes to the door and then the ex-girlfriend come up behind her. I start going off on Natalie and the ex-girlfriend tried to say something. I said, I'm not even talking to you. I don't even know you. Because I already came over here prepared to beat Natalie's ass and anticipating that you might want to jump in because you've been licking her pee. So I brought my OG best friend with me and she was going to beat your ass like something you ain't never seen before. But when I asked Natalie, do you want to fight? She said, no. And so I left. And then I was sitting with my best friend and her sister and we was talking about how bad you had me up. And so I came back and popped the tires on the car that didn't work and scratched that bitch up. And her African lady neighbor across the street watched me carve slut into her vehicle and did not give a fuck. She didn't call nobody. And I know somebody out there is like, well, why would you do that to the car? The car don't even work. I popped the tires so she couldn't sell the tires. And although I'm 1000% positive she couldn't afford to tow that car, I definitely made sure she couldn't just sell it to somebody on Facebook without the tires. I kind of just left that situation there. And then I made it clear to everybody that with both of us, that you can't with both of us. You're going to have to choose a side. And nigga number 2 is a disloyal ass Gemini, so he never chose a side. But his baby mama also hates my guts, for what I would consider to be valid reasons. She has wanted to beat my ass for years. But we're not the same type of people, so we don't be in the same spaces. And we have each other blocked on everything, so I'm sure she didn't know about me and Natalie's fallout. Her and her people caught Natalie outside of a dollar store, and she whooped Natalie's ass. Now, I wasn't there, but that's what I was told. From Natalie's boyfriend, from nigga number 2, and from one of Natalie's friends. So if you feel like I should have just went ahead and whooped her ass, I didn't have to. Nigga number 2's baby mama is like this big and full of anger. I promise you she gave her that work. And she continued to hang out with him just for him to sleep with her friend instead of her. And the friend said that it was trash. So if I were you, I would stop telling people that you slept with that girl, because that girl is out here telling people that your dick is terrible. She said it was so bad she wouldn't even think about giving it another chance. This was years ago, so I don't really have a bunch of updates on these people in their lives. But what I do know is that a couple of years ago, Natalie's boyfriend ended up moving in with the white man who was buying her the cash cars. He became some type of verbally contracted slave for him, and then found him a girlfriend out there in the country, and now they do drugs that you smoke out of a pipe. He was recently put out because the girlfriend believes that he was coming on to her 17-year-old daughter. Soon after the end of our friendship, probably during the end of our friendship, Natalie became addicted to crystal. She started squatting and roaming around drug-infested apartments on the south side. She was recently arrested for driving without a license. The person who was with her when she was arrested is now deceased and was murdered in front of her. Life goes on, but it don't get better for everybody.
Yeah, this is definitely some Oklahoma. My anxiety from the south side, it was just like, I was like, this definitely is 59th and Western activity. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we stay in lit, big dog. Man, shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Now, I was saying, you know, I didn't know that this one was, I thought this was gonna be a dating video, whatever. We on the dating videos first. Then we got story time, but guess we got a story time. And yeah, this was too much, man. It was just so much going on in the video where, you know, it went from being friends to prostitution to she ended up selling her body on accident just by like being too drunk, which I believe that was kind of like sexual abuse. I mean, if but they did the do. I don't know. She said they did the do. She did the do for free, but then ended up getting paid for it. So it was like, you know, it could have went bad if she was like, I was drunk and I was passed out, and then the white man came on me, and then you know whatever, or came on to me, like you know. So yeah, yeah, sad situation. The girl selling her body, and you know what? I was going through like the Oklahoma City jailbirds, and it was just like an assortment of women being posted for getting arrested for prostitution this week, and I was just like, they must be doing a sweep, you know. I can tell y'all all about that. Don't judge me. But yeah, it's a sad situation. Crazy. Sorry about this whole girl's token black girl. She's a token black girl. I don't know about Florida being racist. I know some parts are. I don't know who's being racist, but I can guarantee you it's not the white people. It's not the white people that's being racist. But because I did see a little bit of racism, but I don't know how racist Florida is. I just seen it. But I did not see it from white people. Or Haitians, or Africans, or Caribbeans. So do what you will with that information. Crazy situation. But she moved back to Oklahoma on the south side, out here running the streets. And whoever this other girl is wild. But you know what? You know how many situations like that it is in Oklahoma? It's like that. Like when you're a teenager, you can run with the wrong crowd easily. And you know what's crazy is I don't know if they still have it today because I know the police be monitoring some people's social media because everybody puts things on social media now where before we all used to meet up. So what the police would do is just wait for a line of cars to just drive down the street because we all used to meet up at a certain uh gas station, or like it wasn't a gas station, it was like a, because it wasn't no gas, it was just like a store, a convenience store, and it was in a big ass parking lot, and we used to all meet up there. And then whenever we found out where the party was going to be at, that's when we all left. And I think somehow or another police would track that for whatever. And if it was in more, somebody would call the police because it was too loud or too many cars or whatever the case would be. But a lot of times we got away with it for a little bit. We got away with it for a little bit up until like midnight. Sometimes like after midnight, everything always got shut down after midnight. If there was parents at the home, parents could be like, no, these kids are having a party, whatever. There's no drinking. Police ain't allowed to come in. It's like people coming in as long as nobody's like, outside with beer or something. Everybody's inside. The police can't come to the backyard or nothing. So we would still be in there drinking as long as parents, because white parents don't care. Like they did not give a damn. So we would still kick it. We'll have keg parties, all that up until midnight. Then after midnight, we would go to like, it's this place called Kitchen Lake off of 119th and Sooner Road, where we'll all go out there. But then when you go out there, you got to cut your lights off. And you couldn't have music playing. You just have to sit out there and be talking. Like, you couldn't have your lights on. You couldn't be revving your engine, none of that wild stuff. You just out there talking in the dark. And, you could sit out there until the police drive by. And a lot of times police didn't drive by. There was a lot of spots out here in, this was rural South Side. Rural South Side had a lot of spots, but now they're starting to build in all those spots. So like I posted a meme one day. It was like it said, I remember when there was nothing but trees out here. And I be thinking about that too. Like damn, that was the old smoking spot back there, but now it's houses over there. So it's some wild stuff that goes on in Oklahoma.